In regards to correcting photographs, changing photographs, using some retouching to take photographs from one place to another, this is an image of the Spanish Steps, a famous place in the city of Rome near their Rodeo Drive, as it were, where all the fancy shops are. And this is a hill that has these steps built up to the top to get to the buildings that are up there. Rarely do you see this picture with no one in it, except if you work it in Photoshop or you have a lot of policemen that will help block off the streets through the middle of the day so you can take a picture like this. This is the end result with no people anywhere. But the initial picture, I'm not going to take the time to take all these people out in this one little training movie, but you can see that there are people here out in front, there are people up here in these steps, there are people up here in this high railing, and on this railing looking down. Now, to do this business, you're going to do something where you're going to use the steps that are there to take out the people, and you have to be patient and take out some and then the others. Let me just get started here so you can see where this is going. I'm going to get a brush that's, let's see, 45 seems to work about right. Now, the steps are horizontal, but you can see they're not perfect horizontals. There's a step right here that there's the top of the step and then the shadow created by the overhang of the step. So you come here and you very carefully put your target, and by holding down the Option key, and put your target on the top of this step and click and take your target from that area. Then move the brush over and again hold down the Option key only to set the brush in the right place, as it were, or your target. Let go of the Option. Now click, and of course the plus shows up back where you initially clicked, where the pixels are coming from, and as you go straight across you virtually wipe that girl out. And you can come down the lower steps and take up. Now see, I'm starting to pick up her arm again. What her arm was right there, it's beginning to pick up again, so I can't go any farther than that. But I can come up here and take out her head using the steps that are already there. Take out the top part of her body. I can come down here, and as long as the steps hold out fairly level, I can take out all the way down to her feet and her own shadow that's there. Now, that's fairly good. I can come back here and take another lock right there on this step and come across and line it up there and take out this top of that girl's head and work the rest of the body out there and just keep wiping away until I'm getting through. If you have little jogs of the step right there, come over here and get a little piece of that and bring it over here where that piece jumps just a bit and just click it in there, and it sort of levels it out a little bit. It just takes any kind of little dip and brings it up straight, and you just, it's a timing thing. You just have to take your time and do this to get it to work. The girl on the step, you're going to have to take some of this material that's there already and take out the top part of her head, then find that shadow stone and bring down, and maybe work from the stone up above to finish off that part where she is. Now the steps coming down here, you might get a little bit smaller brush for this. Don't be afraid to go in and out of brush sizes. And come over here and get these steps and then back up into where she's leaning up against that stone pillar, and then to take what's there and remove around where she is. Then take the edge of the pillar and come back down to here and just come down the edge and clean it out. Take some, see that little piece there sort of fits in because it stops like they all stop along the way there. Now the lower part of the shadow step here, come here and just take it across and take that step out, and then maybe finalize this with a little bit of shadow or residue that's left over from where she's sitting. You got that done. So you work the steps for these people. You take his head out, you move over here and take these steps and continue. You take these larger steps, take them out. You take the cobblestones here, take out them, the shadows, and you work that along. Up on top here, you know, the same thing going on with the steps. They're not quite as big now, but you take an aim at some of the level steps, bring it over here and level it back out, and then you begin to wipe out the people that are in those particular areas. Be careful too to watch and get the shadows they may be casting. And you're going to clean up any little bump that happens there. The lady up here, take the top step, and you might have to take this in 2 runs to go across the width of what she's there. And get the bottom, and again, take out the shadow she's casting. And be patient with taking the step. You don't have to do it all at once. You can do it in 2 or 3 moves. Maybe you have to go backwards to get the dark blue that's there. And take out the top of her head right in that. Oops, I went too far. Let's Command Z. I'm going to go back there and do that one little move again, and just take out that white cap. And then there's this part of the stairs. And in here I can take the trees and take this person out because she's. I see the dark green and the light green in the trees, and I can just use that to come across and take that information out there. Another lady up here that's climbing the steps. You don't see the steps, you just see her. Some people up in here. Just take it around. Now that's a little statue or a light right there. Just take out the person. Way up on top, you might get a little closer here. And take your brush and even get a little smaller. And right here where the color changes, you know, come down into there, and then just come across and take away the people that are looking up on top. Here where this window is, come down and that part of the window, and then get the darker part and come back across the bottom. This little person standing there, just take them right out of the column. And over here where the paint is pretty even, just make sure you're pink and gray, and begin to take out what isn't supposed to be there. Now, as I back up, you can see that I haven't done the whole job, but let me go to the finished one, and you can see that all the people are gone across the top here, up these steps, and the steps are fairly even across. Now remember, they're not exactly perfect steps, and so in themselves, let's be some slack and some crookedness here and there. The people are gone, the shadows are gone, just taking the asphalt and the cobblestones here and replacing them. So that's how you can take out the people of a tourist site that you may want to show without any people in it. And this isn't an assignment, it's just to have you look at it. You might want to try it, see how well you can do getting the people out. But that's another use of Photoshop that helps retouching photos to people in or people out.